Okay, hello everybody. This is Bloody Sword or Sword SC2 here yet again with another StarCraft replay. So today we are going to be on Triton. This is a fairly old map, and I'm going to be the blue Terran spawning in the bottom right, and up against ZergGirl going to be spawning in the top left here as Zerg. As recently, if you guys haven't been watching her stream, or if you guys don't know, she's been playing Terran pretty exclusively recently. Um, I'm not entirely sure why she's done the switch, but it looks like she is enjoying it quite a bit, which is always good. I also enjoy playing as Zerg myself every once in a while, although uh, my Zerg is really bad and Widow Mine's really hard to deal with for me personally. I don't entirely know why. In TvT, Widow Mines I'm very uh, good at defending against, but yeah. So looking at actually, what happened in chat? Uh, Looks like No Regret was possibly teaching her in some games earlier. And always say hi to chat whenever I play against the streamer. So going to be going for the SCV scout, just making sure that ZergGirl doesn't do anything cheeky like a early pool. I actually don't know if she cheeses at all, actually. Because I know that whenever I played against her, I'm pretty sure she only did macro openings, but not entirely sure. So she also asks if I'm David, so practice X, I believe, and I'm not that good. I wish I was a GM player. Totally not a GM player. And I do go up into the main base, pretty much see what's going on. Do I scout? I scout both of the gases, see the spawning pool, and get my Reaper going here. Going to be following it up with a factory, so probably just going to be doing a 1-1-1 opening here as well. Getting my second gas, going to be checking for possible third bases over here as well. ZergGirl looks like she wants to eventually clean up this SCV. I believe she might have seen it earlier. And going to be picking off a couple of Zerglings, so far everything is looking pretty good. Getting a couple of Zergling kills with the early Reaper is always nice. Forcing out a Spore Crawler is also nice. All of these are just lost mining time and lost resources for the Zerg player, which is always great for me. Following it up with second gas, going to be eventually morphing this into an orbital command here as well. The Queen and a couple of Zerglings are eventually going to be pushing towards the third base here. And looks like my SCV wants to die, so it did. um, Control not great here. Throwing down the grenade on top of the location for the hatchery, but unfortunately that doesn't block that. And yeah, I still think I should block that personally too. um, but yeah. Going to be getting a couple of Hellions for the follow-up. I'm not entirely sure if I go for a... Okay, it looks like I'm going for a Banshee opening. Not really a fan of the Banshee openings nowadays. And the Hellions are going to be roasting a couple of Zerglings. We'll see if she's able to see anything. I actually don't know if she's able to see... She sees the starport, but she doesn't know if it has a tech lab or what on it yet. So all she does know is that she's going to have to defend against air units, which probably means she's going to be throwing down spore crawlers anyway. Going to be grouping up all of my Hellions and my Reapers in order to start denying some of the creep on her side of the map. Going to be going down here, not really getting too much damage done here. Poking a queen. Can't really find any creep tumors trying to spread creep as of yet. I'm not entirely sure if this was on the patch where they were still able to cancel the creep. And with the couple or a handful of Zerglings are going to be on my side of the map here. I do have a full Wallen, and with a couple of Marines I might oh god, that's a lot of Zerglings. I should really be targeting down the Zerglings that are focusing down the command center, but luckily in this game it didn't really matter too much. More Zerglings are going to be out, and they almost got a full surround on the Hellions, but it looks like it wasn't actually enough in order to completely kill them off. The Banshee is going to be moving across the map here as well, and I'm actually pretty proud of my macro. Look at this, not really floating too many minerals. Good on me for once. I could have denied this creep tumor though. Going to be poking into the third base, getting a single drone kill so far, possibly getting a second one. But with just those 2 drone kills, I'm going to have to pretty much pull this Banshee back as it's a little bit low in HP. Could possibly join up with this Banshee to one-shot some drones, and it looks like that is going to be my plan of action as well. Following it up with 4 additional barracks, actually, you know what? That's probably why. Actually, they're kind of staggered, so I'm still proud of my macro. Good on me, old me. Getting a couple of upgrades here as well. ZergGirl is going to be expanding towards the east side of the map. Most of the time, a Zerg player used to expand over here just because it was kind of easy to swing between the third base and this area, as well as the natural expansion as well. I see a couple of Zerglings going towards my side of the map with the Banshees, I think. And it looks like I'm just trying to scout around and deny any creep tumors that I can. And I did pick off one, so pretty happy. Going to be possibly picking off a queen here, but with the nice transfuse, not going to be able to completely get that. Picking off a handful more drones, getting a couple in transit, and actually I could have gotten like 3 or 4 more drones if I just kind of stayed in that position here. I'm kind of iffy on this. I'm not a huge fan of scanning, uh, but it does look like I was able to deny all of the creep, so it's okay. I've seen Clem and Beyond do things like that too, where they use early scans in order to deny the creeps. Spread. Orbital CC is now just going to be landing, and that's actually quite delayed. Normally this should be getting placed at around 6 minutes and 30 seconds, but looks like I was microing very heavily with these 2 Banshees. And they've done quite a bit of work, and with how aggressive ZergGirl's been, it's understandable. I wanted to be a little bit safer just so I can get everything kind of organized here and have enough units to defend properly as well. So it looks like I'm loading up the medevacs, probably going to drop over here. I should probably know about this 4th base since I didn't see one in the west area, but going to be stimming down, focusing down some morphing banelings. I probably should have been scanning in order to clear up the creep because slow banes on creep are still kind of scary. With some mutalisks out, this is going to be chased away, and I'm going to be landing on the high ground in order to safely get all my marines out. And, I was proud of my macro earlier, but now it's just slipping. Going to be getting my second factory here. Going to be now clearing up the creep. Doing a little bit of stutter step here. Going to eventually be picking off that overseer. And it looks like this is when I was still building tanks. I'm more of a fan of Widow Mines nowadays, but still doing okay. I believe the Banshees were eventually cleaned up here, as I don't believe we have them anymore, right? Yeah, no, they're gone from this map. Going to be regrouping up my forces against a Zerg player who goes for early or just goes for mutalisks in general. It's kind of hard to continuously do more drop type play. Oops. 10 out of 10 camera control. Going to be picking off one of my Widow Mines. It's always annoying to deal with, and since these Marines really aren't hugging any of the missile turrets for some reason, all these Marines are just going to be picked off. Poorly played by me, but I'm also pushing across the map. Going to be going in towards the 4th base, sieging up here, and with it, it looks like we should be able to pretty much clear up all of those Zergling Baneling. A couple of reinforcing Zergling Bane is going to be coming through, splitting decently well. Not amazing, but it looks like we are barely just going to lose this battle, picking up the tank here. And with the reinforcements, we might be able to go back across the map as well. So far, in terms of just units lost, we're doing okay, but with the rate that she is expanding, things are going to be looking... What are these medevacs doing? They're completely empty. There's one tank in one. I guess they were from the earlier attack, and they didn't group up with my marines and stuff yet. I drop it. I pick it up and I drop it again. Okay, must have been a misclick. Going to be scanning out here. ZergGirl going to be engaging off of creep. And with it, we are going to be able to get some very favorable trades here. She is getting adrenal. And we are going to be able to push further towards this fourth base. Going to be splitting up some units here, just to make sure we don't get surrounded by Banes. And so far things are looking pretty good. But with the reinforcements, and this is a super close engagement. Just barely getting enough, but the reinforcements just keep pushing back my little forces here. We do eventually get to a point where we can push the drones at least away. And it looks like I have a little small parade push. One thing that ZergGirl does pretty much every game is just send an overlord to every one of the expansions and just goop it up with creep. Kind of annoying to play against. And it does look like she misrallied some of those drones, so we were able to pick them up for free, which is always nice. Picking off some more drones, and it looks like we should possibly be okay for the moment. Doesn't look like these ultras have the chitinous plating just yet. And actually, they don't have +2 armor either. So the Marines are still going to be able to do very well against it. And with +3 attack almost done, Widowmine going to be doing a chunk of damage here. I should probably be F2ing back to my main base around now. It does look like I'm going to be dropping on this side. This would have been nice a little bit earlier, but better late than never. Going to be picking up and dropping away from the Ultralisks. And one Widowmine going to be doing pretty okay, but Ultra's going to be clearing up this drop. Looks like I was focusing on this drop instead. And man, that Spore Crawler did a lot of work to that medevac. And I load in the weakened medevac too. Oh no. Oh no, please don't lose it to a Spore Crawler. Okay, thank goodness. So Ultralisks are going to be going across the map, and it looks like they are going to deny that base from landing. It's been 13 minutes into the game, and I still don't have my fourth base, which is extremely late, but with the amount of damage and pressure that we were able to do, it looks like we should be able to clear this game out. And we do! One of the nice things about my recent play is that I've been getting more Marauders. So it's not just and I've been more comfortable playing against Ultralisks, unlike that other game against ZergGirl that I casted, I believe, where once those Ultralisks were out, I was just like, nope, that's it, I'm done, I'm out, I'm outie, good game. But yeah, another fun game. Hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.